All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, it's Eric. I'm making a game. That game is called The Godkiller. I mentioned something about feeling kind of iffy and something COVID related, possibly. I don't think so. I feel perfect today. Talked to a nurse, no big deal. Got test out, waiting for the result to come back. I think I'm gonna be good. My wife is good. She had her test result come back negative. Awesome. So today, I got a really sweet demo. Got it all loaded up, ready to go. I like to start with the demo first, and then get into a little bit of work. It's gonna be a short session after that. After the demo, I'm gonna pick something kind of small. But let's do the demo. Demo's going to be fun. So there is pathfinding in this game. And this is the gameplay view here. You'll see me kind of moving around. This is the character I control right here, right? This is a stepping game. Some people like to call it turn-based. I feel it's not appropriate to merely call this a turn-based game. It's a stepper. It's a stepping game, meaning each time you move, everything else does. Some people like to call it roguelike. That's going the opposite direction. That's adding a whole bunch of qualities that are not really part of this game. The basic thing of you moving and everything else updates to move, that's the key thing. After that, it's a puzzle-solving game. You don't solve puzzles in NetHack or any of the rogues. You just don't. That's sort of like a dungeon grind type of a thing. So I really prefer the term stepper. Hasn't caught on yet. I hope it will. So this guy over here, he wants to get to me, as do about 20 or 30 brawlers that I just added to the level. They can't do it easily because I enclosed myself with a U-shaped wall, and I'll show you the overall layout of the level. So here is a scene view. Let me see if I can get a little bit larger so you can see more of what's up. Alright, here's the giant level. Let me orient it the same way as the game. So you see me down there. Here's a brawler, here's another brawler. They're trying to get to me. There's some other brawlers here. There's a brawler there. Bunch over here. And then, not to forget these guys, I started them all up on this platform over here. And they're already starting to walk to me. The route they have to take, by the nature of how I've coded things, is along this path, road I should say, following around this curve here, under the loop. This is three-dimensional pathfinding. Then up to here, then they come into the U-shaped container that I'm at. So the rules of pathfinding, they're purposefully not that intelligent. I want to retain each creature's basic movement when they're not on the road. It's important to me that they be a little bit stupid when you fight them, because the player needs to have predictable behavior from them, easily predictable behavior, to develop a set of quick thinking tactics around them. You'll see what I mean once they all arrive inside of the cul-de-sac, I'll call it. So the idea is that if they're off the road, they're just going to beeline towards the player in a very predictable way, pretty stupid way. But as soon as they touch a road, they will move to the closest crosswalk to the target. In this case, that target will be the player. And the closest crosswalk is right here. So every square here on the road in the level is pre-calculated with instructions to reach every other crosswalk. I say pre-calculated. When I do something in the editor, it'll go ahead and do all those calculations all at one time. It'll save them in a file. That file will be loaded in when the level loads. It'll be loaded quickly. It's not that large of a file. And there's no more calculations to do other than some basic data access against those structures, which is just a little bit of run length decoding. So they're stored in a small amount of space. Each crosswalk has maybe like 500 bytes or so of information on how to reach every other space in a run length encoding. And any number of these guys can be accessing that without causing any kind of pathfinding behavior to occur while the game is running. So the limiting factor to how many of these creatures I can put in this level is not going to be the pathfinding. They can all be pathfinding with sub-millisecond times. The limiting factor is going to be other things, polygon count and maybe some of the animation code that's updating their movements and stuff. It's not going to be the pathfinding. Pathfinding, to overload the term, is off the critical path. So let me go ahead and demo this some more. The camera, when I'm playing, is going to be on the player right here. So what I'll do is I'll kind of flip between. Hey, Shokunchi. Don't be a bot. Shokunchi, don't be a bot. Tell me you're not a bot. So they'll flip between. I'll flip between this view, which shows where everyone's at. I knew it! I knew you were a bot! And the gameplay view, which will show the player. And because it's a stepper, I have to move in order for them to move. So I move a little bit. You see them trying to get to me. Then I'll go back, show the overall level view. See these guys up here? They have navigated up the first set of stairs. They're on their way down the second set of stairs. Hey, Z! And these guys over here, they're coming down the road too. There's some rules about them always staying on the right side of the road. Let's see, who's the closest? I think these guys over here are the closest. So let's go back to the gameplay view. And I'll do a little bit more. Oh, I gotta get away from this crosswalk though. Okay. Shokunchi. Yeah, okay, so I moved down here. That got me closer to this crosswalk. I need to move away from it or they'll get stuck there. So let me go up so I can get closer to this one. Okay, I might have gummed up a few of them by getting close to their crosswalk. Okay, let's see. So these guys they're off the road. They're going to revert to their stupidity. They're a lost cause. Everybody else that's still on the road has a chance of getting to me up here at this crosswalk. I'm staying away from these crosswalks because I don't want to accidentally cause these guys to get off over here. All right. I'll just hang out around here for a little bit. All right. Well, yeah, these guys are coming along the bend. Looks like I'm about 100 turns or so away from steps, I should say, from them coming to me on this entry point over here. Check out their progress. There we go. These guys are coming. Gonna have some company soon. One guy got off the path here. I'm not sure how that happened. All right. Then he might have been jostled by his buddies. Yeah, I think there's one. There's one. Here we go. They're all gonna start coming. They'll be here. It's a party. I knocked him away to make him work harder. coming. Oh, I wish I hadn't diverted these guys over here. Okay. Any more coming? Oh yeah, there's some more down here. I see a few are heading back this way. I think I confused them, but when they get to this crosswalk, they should loop back around and continue in the same way these guys are going. The rule is they gotta stay on the right side of the road. They can't just switch. Well, there's more than one rule, but they can't leave the road and they have to stay on the right side of the road. Once they get to a crosswalk, they've got some agency to make more decisions. Okay. Let's see how they're doing. Did they loop around? Yes. Okay, so those two were already going to go that way. This guy's looped. This guy looped. He's in the darkness, hard to see him, but he's there. Okay, so they did go up here and turn around and come back, which is awesome. Okay, so I should have in my little combat party here, my little fun times with beating each other up. I should have 4 more pretty soon. So let's keep fighting around. Nope, there's some more. Honestly getting hard to keep on top of them. I'm starting to oh, they got me once there. Okay, cool. Okay, did they all get here yet? Oh, one more coming. Although I think I signaled him to go back the other way. Alright. Anyways. This guy's just checking things out from his corner. Yeah, so it's working. Roads are done, by the way. That's my 100% mark. Yeah, I'll take him back out here. Yeah, here's these guys all crazy to fight me. I can drag them onto the road. And then they have to follow the right lane. That's a fun thing about the roads. And later on I can do stuff like, make them get angry about being redirected and make little grunting noises and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of these guys, kind of like I don't know if you ever seen, see that guy's still in the crosswalk. He can still, if you ever seen like military training people and how they go on little jogs in groups, this kind of reminds me of that. I saw a bunch of Army Reserve people on a college campus once, just jogging together in a group. As soon as I get here, they can come off. Oh, they're going for this other crosswalk I'm closer to. Okay, cool. No. Oh, that's right, because there's no... they have to stay in the right lane. So I think they'll get off here. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. Some of them are coming back now because this one's closer. Okay. And it's good because you know what it's doing is it's getting me to already internalize the, not internalize, it's such a, it's getting me to sort of be reflexive in my behavior around the roads because it's predictable. If things aren't predictable, you can't develop interesting tactics. It becomes more strategic. Like you have to assume that the other creature is going to act in a way that is in its own interests. And then you start thinking in a min-max fashion. If I do this, what if they do that? But that's like a long type of thinking. It's a more contemplative style. And this stuff is tactical. It's more fun when you don't have to think that long about it, but you do have to think a little bit. Alright, time to get some work done. I enjoyed that demo. I hope you did as well. Okay. So I want to do a short session on this one, so I'm just going to fix a bug, and I'm probably going to call it good. I had to work a little bit late today. I do make progress every day. That's one of the rules that I follow. I have to make some kind of progress in each session, but yeah, I just don't have a lot of time today. So let me not bite off more than I can chew. I don't know. I'm just like in such a go forward mood right now. Let me pick a small thing to do that's fun. I think that's what I'll do. I'll come back to bugs. There will always be bugs. I'll always have bugs. So I think what I'm going to do is just make a starting level for the next feature, which is I want creatures to be able to push blocks in an intelligent way. So let's go ahead and save this as a new scene. I'm going to call it delete me 3. It's also kind of a nice thing every once in a while to switch to a new level and leave old ones behind for the time being. These are junk levels. I use them just for test and development. I've got like 3 junk levels, or I have 2 and I'm starting in a 3rd. So let's save this as delete me 3. And then I'm just going to delete a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to delete, I think, all the roads. Delete the ice. Z, how's your machine learning going? Or I should say your machine learning, since you are learning about machine learning. twigs. Yeah, he just might have dropped in for a bit. Or he might have me in the background. No worries. Let's get rid of the brawlers. Arguably, I should just delete everything. Yeah, what am I messing with this for? All right, let's get a little more efficient about my deletion. Okay, cool. So here's here. I'll put a floor underneath her and start making a level. Cool. I'm kind of glad. That sounds nice. Not that I want to get on your case if you ever decide to give up a project. No, never. I'm not that guy. But yeah, it seemed like it had something there. So thinking about this level, there's a bit of story that I'm designing features around. When M gets to a certain location, there's a society of people there who work all day pushing blocks. And I need them to not be real great at pushing blocks, but convincing that they are people that can successfully push blocks from one place to another. There's a bit of silliness in that they push the blocks off the edge of a cliff and they don't even know what happens to the blocks. In fact, the blocks just keep on coming back to the top and they keep pushing them again. So I think that's what I want to do is kind of set up not that entire level, but a proof of concept. So for that to work, I need an upper area with some twists and turns, and a lower area where the blocks are destroyed and come back. The other twist to this is that there's a song that plays, and the song that all the workers are singing has 4 distinct verses to it. The first verse is about pushing blocks north. Second verse, pushing blocks south, then west, then east. And while each portion of the song plays, everyone should be pushing blocks in the direction described by the song. Which is a tricky thing. Because I need something that pushes the blocks in one direction for a little bit, and then when the song changes to the next verse, it pushes the blocks a different way. And they should still, even despite being interrupted maybe once every 30 seconds by the change in verse, they should still be able to make some kind of progress in their block pushing. Just to start, let me make an upper area. With some twists and turns. Extrude. Don't try to make this level beautiful. That's not the point of it. Okay, so I do want the outer ring of this to have spikes. Let's get some bounding walls here. Go along the exterior. For no other reason, I need something to catch the blocks when they get pushed off the plateau. This guy here. Let's move it so it's inside of this. I don't want to flush against the wall. There's a gap there, there's a gap there, a gap there. Okay. Cool. I'm going to get those spikes down. We'll be at the perimeter. And I feel like I could use my cloning capability that I wrote earlier. Let me try. Actually, which way is north? Let me look at the player. Which way is she facing? Okay. North is that way. Okay, so we could say clone north. Okay, did that work or not? I don't even know. Let's move the player to there. Cool. like, let me try a different direction. Maybe I got the wrong direction. For whatever reason, it's not working. I will debug that though, because I really want that to work. Okay, it's probably failing there because I haven't yet saved my pre-proc data. So let me go ahead and save it. Okay. No, it's failing. Alright, what's up? Okay. The thing that happened is I made a circular dependency. So if I do load for pre-proc instead of load, I should be doing better. I don't want to put editor code inside of here. Let me. Although this really is editor code already. I changed my mind again. But that's definitely. There we go. There's my spikes. That was definitely worth fixing that bug, because it translates to a lot of wasted time if I don't use the cloning. Okay, so I cloned it west. Come over here, clone my spikes west again. Oh, it's so dark. Cannot see. Let's move this guy over here. Ooh, something is off. Who is off? Well, that would be you. Oh, I must have started them off bad. Okay. Let's see if my undos will undo the... Yes. Undos are working. Okay. Now you seem like you're fine. But last time I cloned you, you caused a ruckus. No, you're not fine. I know what happened. I picked one of them, not the top level, and cloned that instead of this. Let me try this. Okay, I think this will work much better. Oh, wrong I am. What the heck? So that one's at 39. That one's at 38. That one's 21. 3. Oh, now that then it starts to get a little weird. Wait, maybe not. No, that one's still good. Negative 20. Negative 29. Is it just the very last one? Yeah, I'm not getting it. Maybe just the way I created them goes past a little ways. Alright, let's just drag another one down here. Okay, I guess the prefab itself is maybe got a little bit of adjustment that needs to be done. But I'm not going to sweat it, because it'll still get the job done for what I'm doing. But let me make a quick note. Okay, so that should do a good job of killing some blocks. Let's drop an egg. And also, I think since I haven't used this feature of the egg in a while, I should make sure it still works. Let's turn off the north entrance. So now just southwest and east entrances work. Okay, what else? Let's get some block paths going and some blocks. Alright, so I don't want this to be so wide open. I want there to be some kind of ability to some kind of test of navigation, I guess. Let me add some walls. Or even rails might be fun. Walls would be faster. Oh. Got the All Blocks hymn playing in my head. It goes kind of like this. All blocks we do push north. All blocks we do push north. We push them all and then they fall. All blocks we do push north. It's a silly song. Just thinking of like the potential comedy of this scene and how the right algorithm would make it funnier. The right algorithm for pushing and the right level design. So to have them be extra chaotic in their pushing, like they have a lot of enthusiasm and they sort of get it to work, but it's just like you can tell they're not very good at it. It actually would fit the story pretty well too, because M is supposed to come along and actually be better at block pushing than any of them, because she's got more intelligence mainly. And there's the stupidity of the song, which could play into it as well. Because they could be pushing some blocks north, and then suddenly the verse changes and it's all blocks we do push south, and they'll just start pushing them in the exact opposite direction that they were just pushing them in. Some will get knocked over the side occasionally, but it'll be almost like they're undoing their own work because of the stupid way that they've decided to do it. So it can be really bad how they do their work, but it has to be plausible that they could consider that they're making progress. Oh, I'm starting to get excited. I can picture it in my head. I can picture it. It's so silly. It's so silly. It's gonna be good. Nobody else can see it right now but me, but it's gonna be so fucking silly. All right. Hey Drifter, thanks for the pop in. Yeah. Get some sleep, buddy. Sleep's important. Why there's certain locations in the level it's harder to select the Pro Builder objects. Alright, where'd the player go? I guess gotta make sure that this still works as a level. Player cam. Let's see, player. Where you at? Where you at, player? You're over here. Okay, cool. So, move you by the egg. Let's get the cam over there too. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Save the scene. Good chance there's some kind of problem first time. No, it works. Okay, so let's just take a quick tour. It's kind of nice just to have a new level to look at, to be honest. It's good for my morale to see something different. Even though I could have done the same work back in the old test level that I was looking at. I don't know, just some variety every once in a while. Even if this is a throwaway level, it's good to have variety. It's kind of boring otherwise. so let me try a few other things. I'll try killing myself. Works as expected. Okay, let's try killing a block. Works. Works. Okay. I wonder if it could just be as stupid as the algorithm for the block pushers. Which block is nearest to you? Walk towards it. Push it from the same side as the music is telling you to, or whatever the current instruction is. So if this one got knocked west, I'll do this maximized. It's real fast to start up. It's a new level. New levels with less geometry, they start fast. All right. Also, I'll go down here and walk around. What's that little thing? I don't know. Okay. Alright, suppose the algorithm was pick the block closest to you, push it in the current direction. What does that look like? Say the current direction is north. That's not bad. I mean, it's already looking like something. Oh yeah. But sometimes it would just come right back to you. But it could be once you picked one, you keep moving to it. So if that were the case, then I'd knock B off, and I'll pick A. The choice to push A persists. Alright, then at this point it's going to stabilize a little bit. Just kind of go back and forth between the two. But then say the direction changes suddenly to east. Then you get caught in a loop here. Okay, then the song changes and it's south. Oops. It would be south and it would come, he'd come back over it. Okay, so there's kind of a nice thing though about the stupidity of the repetition of picking like the closest thing to you is it kind of naturally gives each of these bystanders a station, a workstation. Like they might end up fiddling around with you know, the same set of blocks, but they'll be in the same location. So I can have a number of these stations set up. Okay, so then it goes, let's see, okay, let's do it again. Okay, so here we go. So start again with north. And just to kind of simulate the song change, I'll push 3 blocks before the change to the next part. Okay, now it's east. Now it's south. Now you go back to here. Okay, now it's west. And back to north. Then east. Yeah, I think it doesn't have to be too complicated. It's kind of good if it's not complicated. So now I'm thinking about the pathfinding. I could beeline to the closest block. And I already have beelining code, so it would just be like doo 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 doo. Okay. But then stop short of pushing it. So then I would evaluate after arriving at the block or adjacency to the block. Just a path to go around it, and it's pretty simple pathfinding. It doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to have a whole data structure to it. I mean, like a whole node set. It could just be moving clockwise or counterclockwise around it according to which direction would be closer. And I could have 8 potential target squares for the 8 squares that are adjacent diagonally as well. And then attempt to move to each one in turn. There'll be some cases where things get gummed up and they won't be able to move there. So, for example, if the idea is you're supposed to push this block east, then moving to this square won't get you there. You basically can't push it east. But could evaluate the block for its pushability before walking to it, before choosing it as a destination. And then after arriving at it, evaluate it a second time. If it's blocked, pick a new target. Go on to a different target. Okay, then there's a point in the story where M succeeds in training all the block pushers to be better block pushers. And at that point, what I envision is they just are all set up right next to each block pad, and they push in one direction, they come back, and they push another. And then that changes, and they push in another direction. Another. Then, anyways, I can give them like hard-coded instructions for that. They don't have to be as, yeah. If you gotta get them going west, I can contrive the level so that there's some optimal, efficient path around each block pad for them all to take. And they could do stuff like there could be one block pusher up here who pushes down or pushes south, and then if we're going west, then a second block pusher could be down here. So they could be organized in a kind of a, what do you call it, like a relay style. Okay. I'm pretty excited to work on this more. But I need to slow it down. I need to start winding down. Otherwise my brain will be going real fast. I won't be able to get to sleep and all that. Anyways, this is a fun start to something new. It's going to be cool. I'm enjoying it. and I can picture the end result, and I'm just excited about it. So, all right, I'm gonna call it a stream. I don't know who's still on. I can never tell who's lurking, who's left long ago. But thanks for those that joined. Shokanshi, Z, and then Drifter already took off, and whoever else might be on. Thank you. Glad you liked it. Good luck with the web app. I'll catch you later. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream now.